Do you have a lawyer?
So, well, I was going to hire one, but then, like I said, she took all my money. Honestly, I feel like this business is kind of what destroyed the marriage. Even
Yeah, really?
like that might sound
Well, that
like
might
it's
sound.
just
Hold on, hold
because
on.
like
Wait, that might sound what?
stupid.
Why?
Lyle,
What's up, man?
hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Is this Let's see.
Yeah, it is.
What's going on in his life?
I'm assuming you read my text last night, right?
I'm reading it now. Let's see. Can I read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you
Can we
said
also bleep my name out at the beginning?
Oh, sure. Okay, we'll get rid of your name. Brandon, if you're listening to this, let's get rid of this gentleman's name. Okay, I'm gonna call you Seth.
Okay.
All right, Seth, you said, I'd love to chat the next time you call people. My wife and I separated, and she's taking our kids. She took $2,500 from my business account and screwed me. I have to keep running the business, and I'm virtually homeless right now. Damn, dude. How are you doing?
Man, honestly, I'm all right, I guess.
So, okay. Oh, no, go ahead. I want to let you finish.
Here, hold on. Let me step outside a bit.
Sure thing, man. Seth MacFarlane, Seth Rogen, Seth Meyers.
Damn, I was gonna say Seth MacFarlane, but
you got any other Seths?
Man, I don't. I was gonna say Seth MacFarlane. My God, I can't even talk. But I don't. I can't think of any other ones.
That's okay. We got
Seth Rogen. Is that his name?
I already did Seth Rogen.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I did Seth Rogen.
Oh, damn it.
We got Seth Rogen, Seth Meyers. Well, I think we got enough Seths. What's going on in your life, man? How you doing?
Man, pretty bad. Just like you read my text. So I run a business. I run a cleaning business, and I started about 5 months ago. This is the second time I've ran a cleaning business, though. And yesterday, it was the climax of our relationship, and we've been rocky for a long time. And the past couple of weeks, I've been sleeping on the couch, and there hasn't been a lot of physical touch, whether that's kissing, hugging, not a lot of sex, obviously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have 3 kids together. We've been together 6 years this year.
Wow.
And yeah, so I left, and she said she was gonna get her shit, and she didn't want me to come back, and blah blah blah. So I was like, okay. So I gave her space, and that made me virtually homeless. But I actually have a place to lay my head for the next couple of weeks until this is all figured out, and then I can go back home and try to get into another apartment, because it's not a house. We just live in an apartment complex. And so I'm going to try to get into a smaller apartment and just do me. But yeah, man, like yesterday I left, and like I said, I'm the only authorized user on the business account. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I was getting some emails, some notifications, and I was like, what's going on? So I had just looked at it probably an hour ago. I'm like, okay, like I can get a hotel, I can try to buy a car, because me and her were sharing her car. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a lawyer, like, I was trying to line things up. But yesterday was Sunday, so it's like everything's closed, especially in Utah. And yeah, just 2,500 gone. And yeah, man, I don't really know what to say. It's a really horrible, shitty situation, and not sure when I'm going to see my kids. And this has already happened a prior time. We were together for about 3 years, and she left me, and then we started talking again about 10 months later, after I had missed my son's first birthday, my daughter's second birthday. At that time, we only had 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started talking again, and we got back together, had another kid, and here we are about 3 years later, and it's happening again.
And you're 27, 28, 29?
I just turned 30 in June.
Okay, cool. So you guys have been together for 6 years. How old are your kids?
5, 3, and 1.
So, and you guys had this essentially the same fight 3 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that's pretty accurate, honestly. Now that I'm kind of like comparing, yeah, it's just I'm the issue, and I can't do anything right, and I'm an asshole, and
so what's
all these things.
Well, what's the tell me, like, what's the fight about? What is the issue exactly that is like getting between you guys?
The issue is, and I'm not trying to like say I'm right in every situation. Like, this is just my perspective. I know I'm not perfect. I know I've done shitty things. Like,
let me ask you this. Like, I guess to keep this relatively objective, if I asked her what the issue is, what do you think she would say to me?
She would say what she's told me, that she feels like she gets no help around the house, and that I don't know how to treat her. And
you feel like that's not true?
No, I feel like, like I said, I run a business, and a lot of the times that's 12-hour days. I'll leave before everyone's awake. Yeah. I'll come home when the kids are asleep. And I'm the only one doing it. Like, I have one employee, and I'm out here trying to hustle and provide for the family. She doesn't work, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, I'm the sole provider, and
totally.
So it's like when I come home, like, one, there's not much to do. Two, I am exhausted. I'm the main point of contact. I do everything for the business: marketing, the labor, customer service, invoicing, doing all the expense. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then with the aspect of not treating her right, I feel like that's a very mutual thing. She's very verbally abusive, just says the nastiest, meanest shit. And, I try to walk away. I try to walk away. Even like yesterday, I walked into the bedroom, and I was just trying to get away from her because she was just going off on me over the smallest thing. Like, I was like, it was just so dumb. And, so I try to walk away, and she doesn't like that. And then she came into the room, and just it started again. And so, yeah, I would say that's her. From her perspective, I don't help as much as I could, and I don't treat her the way she wants. But I feel the same way, unfortunately, and we just...
when you've like talked with her, what does she want you to do that she claims you're not doing? Like she feels like you're not... Okay, so you're running this business, and it's taken up your entire life, and then you just like don't have the capacity to like help out as much at home, and she wants you to have more capacity for her and for the kids.
Yeah, like the other day she said, like, I would like to sleep in, or I would like you to do like a meal here or there when you're home. And I'm like, I do. I help take care of my children. You know what I told her, like, I just don't understand, like, how it seems like you're telling me I'm not doing anything, when it's like, I've done dinner, I've done lunch, I change diapers, I wipe shitty asses. It's like, I'm there. I'm a very involved father. I love my kids more than anything. If I could die right now to give them the world, I would. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like there's just like a disconnect where I feel like, hey, I am doing these things, and like, from my perspective, I just don't feel heard. I don't feel seen. I feel blamed. And it's just really hard because it's like she wants all these things for me, feeling heard, feeling seen, feeling like she can talk to me. And I understand that. And I tried very hard, but when it comes down to it, when I'm trying to explain to her how I feel, and I'm not heard or seen, I'm more criticized, and so it's just like I think we love each other. Like, I love her. Am I in love with her? I wouldn't say that, but I love her. I'll always have respect for her, and I think she loves me. But I think there's just like a disconnect in the relationship where she feels she wants something and I feel like I'm trying to give it, and it's just not what she wants. And, you know, I just, so yeah.
It's a demoralizing feeling to like really feel like, because I mean, dude, Jesus Christ, I couldn't live your life. You have that's a tough, like 3 kids, running a whole business by yourself. It's a tough thing you're doing, and nothing about what you're saying to me indicates that you're running at anything less than like maximum to your capacity. Like you sound like you are giving as much of yourself as you possibly can. And then to do that and have it be not enough is fucking demoralizing.
No, it is, and that's something I couldn't communicate properly, I guess. And then from her perspective too,
dude, like, and then
she's home all day with the kids.
Exactly. From her perspective, she's probably also given 100% of herself, and it's like not enough. It's really hard, man. It's really hard, and like, you know, it's like what you guys are like trying to build a life the way you guys are trying to do it is really hard. And I think that, you know, when both people are like working at their maximum capacity and it's not enough, and then they start to like blame each other and whatnot, this is the time when you just like, you need fucking like trust. You need to feel like your partner is like on your side and not like scheming against you. Like, and it sounds like you don't feel that way. It sounds like you don't feel like this lady is like, it sounds like you like love her a lot, respect her a lot, but you just don't feel like she's on your side.
No, and she probably feels the same way, but it's like, I don't really know how to feel now because like I'm out of $2,500. You know, it's not just like, I don't know, man. It's just it's been a 24 hours. You know, it's been a crazy 24 hours. So
this $2,500. What's the story with this again? She just took it and.
She took it from the business savings, which was not my money, not her money. I try to be very separated, you know, like even though that's the money we live on, when it's in the business account, it's the business's, you know. So yeah, she took it from the business account and transferred it into our joint account, and then transferred it to her PayPal.
Okay, so you have 3 kids, 1, 3, and 5. Where is she right now?
At our apartment.
Where are you?
At a job, just trying to keep the business running.
And where are you going to sleep tonight? In the apartment?
No, I'm not going back there. It's just gonna escalate. I'm going to just sleep at someone I know from church. That's really all that's really keeping me afloat right now. If I didn't have these people from church, I would have slept in a park last night and just spent all day outside when it was 105 degrees. So yeah, we're having this really crazy heat wave. So it's like, it's really hard to be quote unquote homeless right now. One, you could probably die from heat stroke from just sitting in the shade all day.
Damn, man. Damn, bro. I really I feel for you. I feel for you. This is tough. Did you? Can I ask you before you guys had kids and all? Before all, like, did you sense issues like these before? Like, like when you guys were just dating?
No. At the very beginning, we were really happy. I was talking to my friend last night about that. Like, where did that happiness go? You know, I don't know how we got to this point, honestly. And I know it's just the feelings that she feels and I feel, and like, but it's like, where did that like love and happiness go? We were very happy. A lot of laughing, a lot of, you know.
When did you feel it start to go?
Probably after our second kid.
But the first one, it was fine. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, we struggled just because she was born so early and stuff like that. She spent like the first while in the NICU, and it was rough. But yeah, I would say it wasn't too bad. But I feel like a big problem was when we had the third kid, and she just wasn't herself. And you know, I understand that, you know, postpartum and stuff, and I told her, like, hey, like, you need to make an appointment. Like, you need to go, like, get your meds checked out, or, you know, like, figure out what's going on. Because I told her, like, this isn't you. This isn't the person I married.
Yeah.
And, you know, she said she would, and multiple times she would make an appointment and then cancel it either the day before or the day of. And, you know, at that point, that's when I was working a regular job. So it's like I really couldn't just, like, leave or anything. It's like I couldn't force her to the doctor anyways, but it's like at that point I really couldn't do anything because I couldn't leave because I wasn't, you know, like I was just an employee. So it's like I just kind of had to take it as it is. And, you know, like even recently, like a month ago, I told her the same thing, like, hey, like, you really need to make an appointment. Like, and I'm not trying to make it sound like it's her. Like, I'm not.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm not, like, that's not what I'm trying to do, but I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, I could see a very clear mental decline after the third kid, and it has to be, you know, correlated to the postpartum depression or whatever, and she just doesn't want to get it checked out. She just says, you know, what are they going to do? And I'm like, probably a lot. Like, what do you mean you're never going to know until you go, and then you can feel better and feel more like yourself? And so it's just like a stacking up of issues where she doesn't feel appreciated. I don't feel appreciated. I feel like she's not herself. And it just kind of exploded yesterday. And yeah.
Well, you guys definitely got to go to like a couples counseling or something like that, because there's clearly like I don't know, it's weird. Both of you are like communicating with each other, but you're not like there's some form of like disconnect here. It's very tough.
Yeah.
What happened? Okay, you said this happened 3 years ago, and then so this happened 3 years ago, and then you had another kid afterwards. So everything like repaired. How did everything repair? How did it go? How did this resolve itself when it happened 3 years ago?
Well, we were going through like a divorce and a custody battle, and it was pretty nasty, and it lasted about 11 months. And then I was finally able to see the kids, and the judge said, like, you could FaceTime, I think it was like 2 or 3 times a week, and see them, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. So one of the first times we FaceTimed, we actually talked for like 15 minutes after I got done with the kids, and it's kind of how it started.
You were like, let's try
then
again.
We would, yeah, I told her how I felt. I said, I love you. I don't want to break up the family. This is really stupid. Like, and we both felt that way. And then we decided to give another shot. And honestly, I feel like this business is kind of what destroyed the marriage. Even
Yeah, really.
like that might sound.
Well, that
like,
might sound.
it's just
Hold on,
because,
hold on.
like,
Wait, that might sound what?
stupid.
Why?
Just because, like, someone would be like, well, you guys are more free and independent, making more money now. How would that destroy the marriage? It's like, well, because of the roles. She agreed to take care of the house. I agreed to take care of all the financial responsibility. And building a business isn't easy. And I am overexerting myself just to make sure we are more than well off. I am, it's like I'm doing everything I possibly can to grow it. I'm going to, like, all these meetings and meeting other business owners, and it's like it's a lot. So
Does she?
that's why I feel.
Does she have a problem with the fact that? And if she does, it's totally fine. Does she have a problem with the fact that you're working this much?
I don't know. She never really said that directly.
Well, because here's the thing: is like this traditional dynamic that you guys have of, like, okay, I'm gonna do the biz. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna be at the Hilton Garden Inn doing some networking. I'm gonna, like, be running around 12 hours a day doing all this stuff. And I will take full financial care of all of us. You don't have to work. And then you can stay home and, clean and cook and take care of the kids. And, like, that's our like, clear, defined separation of roles. And for some people, like, that it works really well for them. And they're, like, really happy. And, like, that's what they want,
Mm-hmm.
But that's the question here. Like, is that really what your wife wants? Like, is that, like, has she expressed that? Has she, like, is that really the life that she wants?
Well, I mean, when we quit our jobs and stuff, and I told her, like, like we set out those defined roles, just like you were talking about. Like, we had a discussion about it, and she was like, yeah, I want to be a stay-home mom, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then, so I don't think she has a problem with me working all the time. I think now she just wants help at the house, and I am mentally and physically just exhausted. And when I come home, and I've been gone since 7 a.m. and now it's 9:30 p.m. and I want to sit on the couch and I don't try to do some dishes or whatever, then it's a problem. But then when I ask her for help with the business, I don't get any help either. So that was kind of like the start of the decline, honestly, because I'm like, okay, you want help, but you refuse to help me. And she's cost the business thousands because she said she was going to help with a job and she wouldn't, and I couldn't use her car. Well, there goes $600 in a day. You know what I mean? Just like shit like that. And so I don't think the underlying problem is I'm working a lot. I think she expects me to do what I said, and I did it and I'm doing it. But then she just wants the extra help around the house. But then, like I said, I'm just exhausted. It's hard. It's like I can't come home.
Your kids are 1, 3, and 5?
Yeah.
When do you live in a place that has daycare for free?
No, we don't. She didn't want to put them in daycare. They were in like a preschool as she was doing her job and I was doing my job. And that was one thing she hated. So that's why she didn't want to put them in.
She took him out of preschool?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she wanted to be home with them.
Fuck, man.
I mean, all three of them were in a preschool already. And then she was like, yeah, I don't want to keep them in a preschool. I don't want other people raising our kids. We only see our kids a couple hours a night. Like, start the business just like you did last time and like provide for us. And I was like, cool, sounds good. I hate my job anyways.
So she was on the same page as like, all right, like I'm gonna start this biz. Like okay, so it sounds like you guys had. I would have to hear her perspective on this too, but like it sounds like you guys had an arrangement, and with you, it sounds like you guys had an arrangement of like clearly defined roles, and now at least she is no longer happy with that arrangement.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from
so
just all of our conversations.
So if
I mean, we sat down and talked about it.
Yeah. So if that's the case, right? Like, did you sit down with her and be like, all right, this thing that we said we were going to try to do, I'm not happy and you're not happy. It's clearly not working. Let's rewrite the Constitution, right? What does a new draft of this deal together look like?
Yeah, I didn't really think of that because I don't know.
I would sit down with her and be like, listen, this is not working. Listen, you're really unhappy. This isn't working out for me. I love you very much. I love our family very much. I want to keep the family together. Because you have two things, right? Because you wanna try as hard as you. I kind of think, and I don't know, man. I don't have answers to these like kind of cosmic questions. I think of them as of like, you know, to what point do you stay and to what point do you leave? Like what, objectively is a relationship. Objectively, are two people's lives better together than they are apart? I don't know, but for right now, it's like if you want to fight for the marriage, I think you got to sit down and be like, okay, this previous version we had of our lives mapped out is not working for either of us. Actually, that question of should we stay or should we go? I think it's kind of based on this, right? You say to her, I want to make this work. I want to sit down with you and be like, okay, this version of our lives is not working. Let's talk out what a new version of this would look like. Let's talk out what you need. Let's talk out what I need. And then let's like really, and if she says she's game to work on it and shows you that she's game to work on it and you show her that you're game to work on it, then you should work on it. But if she is like, doesn't really want to work on it and just, if she doesn't really want to work on it, then that's your answer. And then it's like, okay, well now we have to, see what our lives look like better separately, but like try to sit down with her and write a new constitution, because there's so many things.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different aspects of it. Like she took taking the kids out of preschool, you starting this new crazy business that's taking up all of your time and all of your life. Her having like 3 kids, like there's so many variables to your life that I don't think you guys have found the correct rhythm. And by the way, maybe you had the correct rhythm for 5 years and you two evolved as people tend to do, and whatever rhythm worked for you in the past doesn't work anymore. So now we gotta sit down and go, okay, what's a new rhythm that's gonna work for us? Are we just too different as people now for even us to be able to make this work? But you got to sit down and approach it in a way of like, we got to find a new rhythm together. So that's what I would do, is just sit with her and try to rewrite the agreement. Have you talked about that with her?
I mean, I talked to her, not like rewriting like our roles, but I mean, she seems pretty done.
When's the last time you guys, okay, like the whole like traditional relation, the whole thing of you're gonna stay home and take care of the kids and cook and clean, I'm gonna work for 12 hours a day. When was that established and agreed to? How long ago?
January
of this year.
Yeah.
And it's been unquestioned since.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like it's time to question it. At least.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I just think unfortunately, it's too far gone.
You say she's done. What'd she tell you?
Yeah, she told me that she wants me out while she's going to pack the stuff and she's going to get all the stuff and go to her mom's house. And she said then we can talk about custody and things of that sort after.
Do you
So that's why I left.
Do you want to be with this lady?
Honestly, I feel like the only reason I would ever stay with her right now is just for the kids.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Like,
yeah,
I think we're just both really unhappy.
Yeah.
And it's shitty. It's shitty.
Yeah. Are you able to stay in the same location as your kids?
Well, they're with her, so I told her I would just give her space.
Okay. And she said, okay, all right. So it sounds like this is going in a different direction.
Yeah, I just told her I would give her space, like I'm not really trying to fight, and every time we're together, there seems to be some sort of verbal argument or something of that sort, and honestly, I'm just exhausted with it, and if she wants me gone and she wants to pack her shit and the kid shit and she wants to leave and go to her mom's house, like I'll give her that space, because like at this point, like I'm just super exhausted all the time, because I feel personally like when I come home I'm walking on eggshells, and I'm just done feeling like that. Like yeah, this will suck. I'm not going to see my kids as much, and the family's torn apart, and that really, really sucks. But at the same time, I'm trying to look at it with some optimism. Like, I'm not going to feel like this every single day.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you a few things that might make you feel a little bit more optimistic. If this is the case, I was on a whole thing about like rewriting the rules of the thing, but it sounds like again, neither of you guys want to really do this, and you just are don't feel like, if you just feel like it's too far gone. I'll say this, my parents my parents were together. We had about 7 years where like we were all in the house and together, and then my parents split up, and I had a great childhood. My dad lived like 15 minutes down the road. I never felt like he wasn't in my life. My parents did not necessarily like, my parents had like their beef with each other and stuff, but like at this point, right, if you're just like, oh, I don't really want to be in a relationship with this woman, I really just don't want to break up the kids, it's like, don't be afraid of like, fuck, my kids' lives are gonna suffer, because for a few reasons. One is that if you're just keep raising children in a family where the husband and wife just fucking hate each other, that's worse than them splitting custody with mom and dad. This is worse.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, I would be optimistic about the fact that you can still be a very, very successful father. You can still be in your children's lives. Like as a child of divorced parents, like you can absolutely be a successful father, without being together. And also, honestly, well, a couple things. Whatever city you're in, do you have a problem with being there your entire life? Do you like that city?
No, I don't have a problem being here. I mean, I grew up around the area, and
okay. Does she?
So yeah. She's from the same state, but she grew up probably an hour or so. Oh my God, I cannot talk. Or so north of where we currently are.
Okay, so nothing crazy. Okay, and dude, can I be honest? Like, just like from the stories I've heard on this show and like just in life and whatnot, like, I know you're bummed out, but like, dude, you're kind of getting out of this pretty good. You know, and I'll tell you why. There's like it's not like there's like an infidelity or something crazy where like you two just like fucking hate each other. It's just like Like it just didn't work out. Like there's no like she's pissed off, but she has no long-term reason to resent you. You have no long-term reason to resent her. So that's good. Like you guys are in a perfect position to be able to co-parent with each other. You clearly care about your children. Like it's just I think you can still be a very good dad, and I think you can still be a successful dad, still be heavily involved in your children's lives, and amazingly enough, do all that without having to feel like you're walking on eggshells around a person, and like you can actually like
Right.
you know exist in your life authentically, and you know your kids are not gonna like. Your kids aren't gonna hate you. Your kids aren't gonna like grow up without a dad or anything like that. Like I get you're not gonna be able to like spend as much time with them as you want, but also, dude, you're like a fucking you're this like crazy 12-hour day entrepreneur guy. Like you'll be able to have a better, like you'll be able to have a good balance, like seeing your kids, like being. I don't know, man, being a dad half the time, being at work half the time, like you'll figure out a way to have a good balance and be all the things to all the people that you want to be.
Right.
So, I'm optimistic for the future of your situation. I think you should be optimistic for yourself. And
a lot of people say that to me, and I'm just like,
totally,
damn.
Man. Yeah, I think you're going to be fine, man.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, I think you're going to be okay.
It's just shitty right now. It's just,
yeah.
But I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm just like, it's just rough. Like this morning, I just wanted to crawl up in a hole and just die. That's how I felt this morning. But like, I'm glad I'm out here and working, and I just got to keep busy, because if I let my mind go crazy, I'm just gonna be in a bad space. So that's just my main thing right now.
Just like just before we go, I know I've kind of talked your ear off to death about this stuff. But like before we go, like, what are you anxious about?
What am I anxious about?
Yeah,
just
what are you anxious
the future. About? Just the future. Just not knowing what's going to happen. Not knowing if she'll really hold up her end and let me see them. Because, like I said, this happened before, and I didn't see them for 10 months. And
oh, really?
So. Yeah, so it's like I don't really know if...
Oh, fuck.
I don't really know if I can trust that, or if we're going to have to go back to court and battle it out, because the way she was talking is like, I'll let you see him, and we can agree on a set payment, and you could just like send me money every month, and then like that'll be like the child support, and we'll just keep the courts out of it. And I'm like, okay. But like, she said that, but she tells me things I like to hear all the time, and then it doesn't happen. So I'm just like,
fuck.
That's just what I'm anxious about. It's like, is that really going to happen? Like when I call her and she's gone and I'm trying to see the kids, is she going to let me?
Damn, she can't. Wait, what happened in those 10 months?
She went to her mom's like she's doing now. And so this is like virtually the same thing, just years later. She went to her mom's and just wouldn't answer calls or emails, or she blocked me on everything and just wouldn't talk to me. And there was a point where I even drove up there on Father's Day and knocked on the door, and they ignored me. And I called the sheriff's office, and they knocked on the door, and they're like, yeah, she's not going to allow you to see them. And I'm like, how? We're still married. Like, there's no court order saying I can't see my kids. And so yeah, that's where the anxiousness is coming from, because I've already lived through the same exact experience that's just starting, and it went very badly for me. Like I said, I missed a bunch of things, like my son's first birthday, my daughter's second birthday. I missed Christmas, Thanksgiving, Father's Day, everything.
Do you have a lawyer?
So, well, I was going to hire one, but then, like I said, she took all my money.
Ugh.
Like,
Fuck.
she literally left me with just like $1,500, and she
Can
took
someone-
$2,500.
If anyone's an attorney, can you email me? Could anyone work for this guy pro bono to help him see his kids? Man, that fucking sucks. Damn. Fuck.
Yeah, so she kind of put me in a bad spot, and yeah, because like I was literally gonna call a lawyer today and like everything, like I was gonna do that, and
Ugh.
like I said, I was getting email notifications. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my bank? So I log in, money's gone. I'm like, what? She took one deposit of 500 and then another 2,000. So, like,
Yeah,
honestly, right now I barely have enough money to.
Yeah, you need a lawyer, fucking ASAP.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of like just trying to keep the business running, trying to keep some income coming in, and then like she left me with enough money to like pay my employee and keep the business running and buy materials and pay for ads, and like that's really it. So like she kind of fucked me over pretty good in that sense. So, and I'm actively talking to the police department about fraud. So, like I said, that didn't come from our personal account. She took that from the business account, which she's not even on.
Fuck, man. I'm sorry to hear about all this.
Took my money.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm sorry to hear about all this, Seth. But I will, if I can leave you with anything on the optimistic front, I'm hoping that like, yeah, fuck. No, I'm worried about it too, because if it happened before, fuck yeah. If shit like this happened before, it's hard to say that it won't happen again. Which just fucking sucks. But if I can leave with any optimistic note, it's that I do think your children will your children will know that you are a good dad. Nothing about like your like when I think about I think that the ways in which people kind of intuitively are and act like get it, like in their good ways and in their bad ways, they're always made apparent to the people in their lives. And from talking to you for this long, I just get the sense that you intuitively act in ways that are in the best interest of your family. And I know I'm a stranger, but I have faith that the way you intuitively act for your family will be picked up by your children and appreciated, even if it is difficult in the moment. So, hearing your story, I have faith in that. But, I know it's a fucking shitty road. Send an email to therapygeckomail@gmail.com if you're a lawyer in wherever Seth lives. Yeah, dude. Hang in there, man. It's a fucking tough one.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you calling.
Is there anything else I can do you for?
No. I think it was a good little venting therapy session.
Oh, I'll say one more thing. This happened to me today, and I was like, well, it didn't happen to me. I just saw it. I saw something today that really upset me. Maybe I can link these two things together. I was walking down the street and I saw this I saw something today that really fucking upset me. I saw this I was walking down the street and I saw this. I walked down the street and I heard someone screaming like, "Fuck you! Don't you ever fucking disrespect me like this, you fucking!" And I was like, "Oh, this is like a person like tweaking out on drugs or whatever."
Yeah.
And then I turn around and I look, and it's this like huge dude like screaming in his daughter's face, like with
Yikes.
all dude, it's this huge fucking guy like screaming in his daughter's face with all his complete utter full adult force this huge fat guy, just like, fuck you, don't you fucking, like the veins in his fucking face are like coursing out. People are staring at him. The girl's like, in tears, and the people are staring at him, and he's like looking at them, being like, what the fuck are you looking at? You come here fucking closer, I'll fucking kick your fucking ass. You fucking look at me like that. And he's screaming at this fucking kid. And I'm just like, God, this guy's a fucking loser piece of shit. And then, I was like, I like walked past them again. And he was like, this guy's a lunatic. He was like comforting her. And he was like, I'm still your daddy. You just can't, disrespect me like that. You can't embarrass me like that in front of people.
What?
And I was like, dude, you're fucking embarrassing yourself. Like, treating your fucking kid like that. It was just crazy. And I was just seething. I was like, there's nothing I can fucking do about it. I was just seething. And so you're a better dad. Yeah, that was in New York. All this is to say you're a better dad than that guy.
The bar's pretty low right there.
Bar's pretty low. But you're a better dad than that guy. So at least there's that.
At least, yeah. I mean, that is a positive. At least I'm not a worse dad than him.
Seth, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I would say to the people, if you are really unhappy in a relationship and you have kids, don't stay for the kids. And don't get back with that person if you left them for a reason. Because it's been a big mistake, and I'm going to have to rebuild my life. And just keep your own happiness like center. You know what I mean? Just make sure you're happy, and if the person that you love isn't making you happy and is rude, just leave. It will be better.
Yeah, you're the man,
That's all
Seth.
I gotta say.
Good luck to you, man.
All right. See you, Lyle. Have a good one.
See you, Seth.
Bye.
That was Seth. Seth's a good guy, man. I fucking feel for Seth. He's a better father than the fucking guy who was yelling at his kid. That guy sucked. You know what's funny? I'm like pretty. I'd like to think I'm a pretty fucking. Like, it takes a lot for me to be like, that guy's for me to like with full, like okay, on gut reaction, it's easy to be like, oh, that guy's a fucking asshole. But then I almost always am like, I'm always like, oh, that guy's a fucking asshole. And I think about it a little longer. I'm like, whatever. But like that, it takes a lot to be like, no, that guy is a just piece of shit. And I was like, that guy is a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, Seth, not Seth. Seth's a great guy. Seth's a good dude. I feel for him, man. That's tough. Well, please, if you're a lawyer, reach out. I have no idea how to get in touch with Seth again, but I'll figure it out. If you're a lawyer, let me know. Anyway, yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Ooh. Hey. How are you?
How am I? I am all right. I'm looking out at some trees right now. They're very green. I feel okay in my body. I'm working on it. I think there's so many variables. You know what I mean? There's so many variables that affect one's mood. There's drugs, there's sleep, there's an infinite amount of external factors. And so it's hard to determine what the real solution is, but I'm trying the stuff, I'm drinking some water. That's not true. I didn't drink water. I drank a Celsius, so I have a little bit of energy. I had some sushi. I had a protein shake. I haven't had any candy. Those are the worst days. Some days I've had where, dude, I went to a fucking. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I went to an Overeaters Anonymous meeting once. maybe this might fuck with the anonymousness. You're probably not supposed to do this, but whatever. There was a woman who talked about like eating a whole chocolate cake and feeling nothing. I think that's okay to say. It's anonymous. It's just a random woman. But
I mean, it was me, but
say again.
That was me. That ate the cake, but no, it's okay. You have my permission to talk about it.
Yeah, this woman talked to me, and then I was like, oh, I kind of was like, I heard her say that, and then there was a day I went to the Family Dollar in the middle of the day, and I got lemon head ropes. They're ropifying everything now. I don't know if you know this. It's a new phenomenon. They're ropifying everything. I got some hot tamales and I got some Butterfinger bites, and I ate them all, and I was like, it was a very like, oh man, Jesus kind of feeling. This was kind of crazy, but I've been not doing that, which is great, so I feel good. The sun is out. I'm looking at I bought a new pair of sunglasses. That feels nice. I think I'm going to start trying to dress like a real adult. I know that I dress like a gecko, but I think dressing like a real adult could be nice. I'm thinking about getting a chain. Not like an expensive one, like a so $50. I bet I could probably get like some shitty chain. You know, like I feel like that's a whole new guy. You know, I've been seeing a lot of guys with chains and like they're wearing like the collared shirt. I'm like, oh, I could be like a real guy. I could wear like a chain. What kind of guy would that be? It doesn't come natural to me to wear jewelry or to dress nice or like, I've never cared about like nice clothes. But lately I've been seeing guys with nice clothes and I'm like, I bet that feels good to like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many, like to go to bring it back to the eating stuff. It's like, there's so many things that really, there's a real spectrum. I think in terms of being dead and being alive. And I think that like something about wearing intentional clothing, being outside, and not having eaten candy that day, it strikes me as being closer to the living part, and as opposed to the being dead part. So I want to join the living. I want to be part of the people, and so I'm doing that. I'm trying to join the living. I might get a chain. Do you have any jewelry?
Well, I wear a watch every day.
You wear a watch every day.
But I was going to say, I do, but could I comment on something you said that struck me as true?
Yeah, of course.
I think that what you said about living with intention is a big part of all of these decisions. Like, I think that's living life in a way closer to maybe, how do you describe it? Like a real human or like a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, yeah, just like acting with intention and like choosing to put nerds on a rope and call that a new candy. Like someone did that. That's a real thing that happened, right? And now we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm. But that's it's true. That's the difference between like being dead and being alive. Acting with intention. That's like real alive time, you know. And that makes you respect the guy. You see a guy walking around with like, you know, like he's well dressed, and you're like, this guy paid attention to certain aspects of his life, right? The more, yeah, that's the attention. Intention's the key word. Like when I have an unintentional day, it zonks me. The problem is like, yeah, you know, you have an unintentional day. You wake up, you scroll your phone, you eat whatever, you know. But if you're like, okay, I'm gonna pay attention to what I do right when I wake up, and pay attention to what I eat, I'm gonna pay attention to what I wear, I'm gonna pay attention to like the time. I think that's the problem, is that intention requires a lot of energy, you know. So you got to summon the energy for that intention. Some people it comes naturally to, other people not so much. But I think the more intentional I can live my life, the better, wouldn't you say? Anyway, that's all I'm doing. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Could there's something I promised my therapist I'd do if I ever talk to you. I was hoping we could like take in a deep breath together and just exhale. And like anyone that might be listening down the road could do that with us, and we all have this like global breath. I think that would be really cool. Would you be into that?
Well, I have questions for you before we start doing a whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me read. You probably texted me something. Let me read that.
I mean, I've been listening to you since the pandemic and calling all the time, texting all the time, crazy stuff. Saw you in Philly twice in a row, same night.
Hell yeah, my man. Okay. Your name is Sean, and you said
it is.
You said my therapist said I should talk to you. Let's talk about that. You brought up you texted me this. Oh, you texted me that 2.5 years ago. You said my therapist told me I should talk to you, and then you brought up your therapist just now. Why does your therapist want you to talk to me? I'm curious.
Oh, not like she can't handle me. More like I bring you up all the time, and I don't think she's offended. Oh, I learn a lot from you. I make a lot of decisions not based on you, but like the people you talk to, the way you describe life, it helps me, put on another person's pair of glasses and kind of see life through their eyes.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm. It makes me nervous. That's very okay. Sorry, I'm getting flustered. How is that? Okay, important question, main question. How has that been going for you? And what? Because I want to, because I don't know, man. I say all kinds of stuff. Okay, you say that you've been not making but like listening to the show and me talk and the other people talk has influenced you in some way to do certain things. What things, and how has that been going for you? Because I'm nervous. I'm hoping these are good things. I'm hoping they didn't encourage you to, like, I don't know, be. What? Yeah, tell me what does it encourage you to do?
Yeah, we'll get back to the breath later. Maybe that's how we end the call. But everyone deals with a problem or a difficulty in their life, and like, there's a guy that called in about wanting to have relationships with a minotaur years ago that you talked to.
I remember that. Yeah,
and I think about him a lot. Not like because I have those thoughts, but man, everyone's got their own thing that they're going through, right?
Totally.
And I think that there's a lot of commonality. Like, there's a lot more that we have in common than I think people give credit to. People love to celebrate their differences and what makes them unique, but like, I got something that I'm dealing with too. And listening to the train guy or the guy in the cave, it helps me. Yeah, it just kind of helps. It's like humbling. I think it's easy to get focused on like life through your own set of eyes, but
yeah, totally.
Kind of hearing what other people are going through. Like I was just eating candy from a bowl using chopsticks because I didn't want to get my hands sticky while I was working.
Whoa! What were you eating with chopsticks?
Yeah, do you know what dots are? They're like a South Dakotan brand.
I think dots are
salty, crunchy.
Yeah, I know what dots are. I think dots are evil.
Oh. Why?
Like I put dots in the same category as milk duds, where it's like there's no way to eat this that won't just fuck up your teeth immeasurably. Am I wrong? You seem like a dots guy.
Big dots guy. Yeah, I don't know about the teeth thing. I don't think I have. But hey, everyone has their own sets of problems.
Everyone
right?
has their own sets of problems.
Yeah, so like you should try chopsticks, especially if you game. I think it's a good way to not get Cheeto dust on your controller.
Interesting. I can't eat in game. I'm not good at that. I can only like. I guess I can eat in game. Sometimes I'll hold a thing with one controller.
I believe you could.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I have the Switch. I'll like if I'm playing something where you only need one of the Joy-Cons, I'll like maybe eat something while I hold the other one. It's nice. You know what another problem is there's so many I was talking about the spectrum of being dead to being alive. It's like, you know, I think the most alive time I have, the most part of society I am, is when I'm fully dressed, I'm outside, I'm around other people, I'm like, you know, doing something, I'm filming something, I'm making something, I'm just in life, right? But then also, you know, playing the Switch while eating chips, it's a nice thing. I've had periods, I've probably talked about this before, but I've had little times where, like, I was playing my Nintendo and eating chips, just like in my house, and I paused the game and I put it down, and just for 1 second, I was like, you know, I feel really honored that in the brief cosmic blimp of time that I'm alive on this planet, I get to eat chips and play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Switch remake. You know, I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is good. I just take one second. I gotta acknowledge it. But you know what? You know what? You're right. This takes us back to intention, right? Because if I'm just playing fucking Overwatch, if I'm just playing some random fucking thing just to speed it up, it's like, this is not it. But if I pause the game and just for a second, I'm like, I am intentionally deciding to spend my finite time on Earth playing the Nintendo Switch remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and I am not only okay with that choice, I am honored that I have the cognition to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Sean, not Sam.
Yeah.
What else do you? What else? I think. Do you? What else do you mention about your? What else does your therapist have to say about what you've told her about the show? I'm curious.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about intentionality and, like, you know, I think if you play a video game because I'm home from work, like you go into this automatic routine, and then it's like the video game is playing you. But if you choose the video game, now suddenly you're in the moment. Like I think that's most of my vices are an attempt to be in the present.
Absolutely.
Which is a little ironic.
Absolutely. That's what addiction is, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So, like, you can take ownership of that by choosing it intentionally, you know, like, I think my dog chooses things intentionally. I think he chooses to spend time with me or not. But, like, I don't know that a rock chooses to be there. So that's like important. But I talk about this with her, and I don't know that she gets it in the same way that you might, because, you know, her and I are talking like positive psychotherapy, mindfulness. And then I drop these like, yeah, but does the rock choose to wake up every day? And, like, how does the rock get out of bed? Or I love, like, watching shadows.
Wait, I'm just now realizing, do you mean a rock or The Rock?
Oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, are you talking about a rock, or are you talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
I mean, both are interesting questions. I was talking like inanimate rock. But, you know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson makes different choices. I mean, he does. Man, what's it like to be him, right?
What is it like? I bet it feels good to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I bet it feels good. You know what's fun is like, you know, the whole, you know, people like to say, this is my official stance. People like to say, oh, everyone has problems or issues that you don't know about. That's not true. There are some people on this earth whose lives are immeasurably great. They're way better than yours. And they've never known darkness their entire life. They feel good every day. They had wonderful childhoods. If they just, their life is amazing and full and complete. They have sex all the time with beautiful people. And, you know, their life is great, and they're going to live to 90, and it's going to be just great the whole time. They're like, the fact that everyone has something that they're going through, I don't think that's true. I think most people do. But there are definitely people who are just going to have amazing, perfect lives forever. But you shouldn't compare yourselves to those people because you're not them. So just you got you, but you are you, and there's nice things about being you. So those are your cards. You didn't get the best amazing cards, but but you got cards. You're dealt in. You don't want to. Well, you'd rather have cards than just be fucking not even playing the game. I just don't like when people are like, oh, I'm envious of this, and then people are like, well, their life is not so good. It's like, well, A, who cares if their life is so good? And B, it's like, it probably is, but so what? That has nothing to do with you, What Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could have a perfect life, and it has nothing to do with me. I still got to do my own shit.
You ever hear interviews with like those people with perfect lives, and they're like, well, what's next? It's like, I don't need anything. Like, I have all the money, I have like all the people in my life, like I could be with anyone I want, and I don't think I don't know, I'm not sure that they're always happy in an enviable way. Like, maybe they're not in control of their lives, or they're not making those intentional choices. Or, I mean, for me, the struggle, like, not even a struggle, just like the growth and the transition is fun. Like, I live for growth and learning new things. I'm super curious. So if I knew, say that you gave me a magic wand, or like you bestowed on me infinite wisdom, that would be like torture, because there's nothing else to grow. There's nothing else to learn.
Of course.
So why would you? So I think some people are envious of that, but don't be. Yeah, like, enjoy the journey, like you mentioned.
Let's see. Your name is Sean. You said my therapist said I should talk to you. Well, you were talking to me about your therapist, and then now you were talking to your therapist about me. And then what did you say what did your therapist say exactly? Like, when they were giving you advice, when they said you should talk to the Gecko guy.
I think I've talked to her about, if I get on, what am I going to say? And it doesn't matter what I say. What matters is that we have this moment, which I've thought about for so long. And, I feel very intimately talking to you. Like, I can't see you. I know sometimes you stream and people probably watch you as they're talking to you, but I don't know what you're doing. And I feel like you don't know what I'm doing. So it's kind of like we have the same set of cards in front of us in this moment.
And
there is no expectation, right?
Did this conversation at least live up to your expectations of it?
I don't know that I had expectations, but I'm really enjoying it right now.
Well, thanks, Sean. I appreciate it. Hey, go tell your therapist that we talked, and then see what they say when you're like, "Hey, I talked to a lizard person."
I've always wanted to tell you what I think life's all about in like three little phrases or three little words.
You want to tell me what life is all about in 3 words?
It's not really 3 words, I guess. It's like 3 like legs of a stool, if you will.
3 legs of a stool. What are the 3 legs of the stool?
Yeah, I think it's creating cool things with cool people.
Sure.
In an authentic way.
Creating that's the stool. Creating cool things with cool people in an authentic way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty similar to what I think my stool is. Like, I've learned over the years, like, all that really matters is like what you're actually doing and who you're doing it with. So I think you have a good stool. I like that. I like the use of the word. I like a stool as a metaphor for life philosophy.
Well, if you think about it, if you lose one of those legs, because life happens,
the
you
whole
can
stool
still balance for a while.
Oh, I was about to say, no, if you lose one... I don't know if you ever had a stool, but if you lose one leg, the thing gets fucked. But maybe it's a 4-legged... You can sit on a... what thing only needs... Maybe 4 legs? Yeah, maybe a chair.
I mean, a bike only has 2 wheels, and you can balance on that for a little bit.
You're a genius. That makes sense. Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. You can still balance on the stool. You know, don't let
Not
your
for
mom
long
drag
though.
you.
I mean, you gotta build that leg underneath you when you can, and hopefully you have like friends and a support network that can help you.
Sean, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I just want to take that breath with you, if we could do that.
Okay, we can take a breath. You ready?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Thank you for calling, Sean.
Thanks for being here.
Hey folks, this is Lyle. I'm gonna end the episode today by doing a little segment I call Geckmail, which is where I read emails that people wrote to me, and then I ponder them in the same way that people call me to say words and I ponder them. This time I'm going to read an email and I will ponder it. So let's read this email that someone sent me. If you want to send me an email, you can send one to therapygeckomail@gmail.com. Anyway, oh wait, I'm going to read 2 emails because there's one email that I want to read. Okay, so before I read this email, there's this guy. His name is Chris, and he's been emailing me over and over again about how he's going to start a Beyblade tournament in his community. And then I think he actually did do it. Or maybe he said he was going to do it. Hold on. I'm rereading the old emails. Oh, okay. Okay. Last time he sent me okay, here's where we're at now. Last time he messaged me about it, the tournament was scheduled to happen on July 11th, which was 2 days ago. And then now this is an update. I believe he's telling me how the Beyblade tournament went. Okay. So this is from Chris. Final update on starting a Beyblade community in my city. Hey, Geck. Yesterday we held the Beyblade tournament and it was lit. We ended up having 17 players. Damn, that's pretty good. Including a bunch of new people from the area. I plan to keep organizing Beyblade events because it's been such a good vibe and I want to bring it to other people. Last time I forgot to mention it, but I'm from Leuven, a city in Belgium. Dude, getting 17 people in a fucking little city in Belgium to come hang out and play Beyblade is pretty sweet. That's pretty good. Dude, what the hell's even going on in Belgium? Leuven. Maybe I'll do a show in Leuven, Belgium. I wonder if I can get one person to come. Man, every time I look at a map, I'm like, so many people, so many things. Leuven, Belgium. What's going on in Leuven, Belgium? Okay, anyway. Our community is still new and not really on social media yet, but we'll make an Instagram soon. If there are people who want to join our Belgian Beyblade Association, they can find me on my Instagram, Krikke_have. Okay, that's KRIKKE_HAV. I will then send them a form so they can submit to join the group. Thank you for reading my mail. You're a cool gecko. I hope to see you at one of your shows or run into you in the park if I visit New York. Peace, Chris. That's awesome. If you live in Belgium, please go to this guy's Beyblades tournament. I love that. I love that shit, dude. Doing a thing. I love when people do things. It's great. Beyblade community. Damn, dude. I feel like a proud father to Chris. I'm proud of him for doing this Beyblade shit. This is great. Dude, the Beyblade community is kind of popping off. I was at a Smash Brothers tournament like a few weeks ago, and in the same venue they were doing Beyblade. It looked like a cockfight. People throwing money down and everything. It's pretty sweet. All right. Okay, I'll read one more. Let's see. All right, this is from Michaela. Subject line, short king love. Let's see. My fiance is 5'6", and I am 5'9". Respect. I love that man, and I'm endlessly proud of him. When we met, he never once was insecure about his height. He says the first thing I said to him was that he was shorter than I expected. Parentheses, I don't remember this. He replied, yeah, so anyway, would you like dinner? I thought it was cool how he just brushed it off. Since then, we've built a beautiful relationship. Sometimes people make weird comments, but we just laugh. One thing he always says to short men is that you just have to be interesting, develop a hobby, improve your body, dress for your body type, and study how to talk to others. When he was younger, he watched YouTube videos on what makes people charismatic and how to have engaging conversations. He also took leadership and communication courses while he was a Marine. He's incredibly charismatic now. People are drawn to him. He's a natural leader, and his height is irrelevant. I'd like to give my perspective as a woman on dating short men. I haven't always been confident enough to date a short man. I was insecure of what other people would think, and I put their feelings above my own. Eventually, I realized my anxiety was inviting disrespect from others. Whoa. That's honestly fascinating. That's a fascinating take on like being anxious what other people think of you. It's inviting disrespect from other people actively. That's fascinating. That ended that. So to the short men, it's not about your height. Many women feel pressured to prove their worthiness, and obtaining a tall man is an easy ticket to doing so. Understand that no person has to ever prove that they're worthy. My fiancé is my perfect man. He has every quality I've ever wanted in a partner. Funny enough, I don't think I've ever had added height to the list. I guess it never mattered. Side note, short men, get you a tall woman. For me, tall men make me think of my brother, so it's not something I look for. So y'all have options if you're brave enough to climb a tree. See you in DC, Geck. Or see you in DC, Geck. She's not Geck. She wrote another thing above about face paint, but I gotta stick to my own brand. But thank you for that suggestion anyway, Michaela. Michaela, you're a hero. Your boyfriend sounds pretty dope. I love this email. It's a great email. Dude, it's true. It is true. I mean, look, I'm 5'6", 5'7", something like that. And it is true that like, insecurity will like, yeah, sure. Like a lot of women don't want to date a short guy. And like a lot of women, here's the thing. Like if you're a short guy, yes, a lot of women don't want to date a short guy. But if you're insecure about it, it's like you can't change your height. And you know that your height does not make it that like it is impossible to ever find love. But even if you do view your height as a handicap, it's like being insecure about it only makes it like 300 times worse. So I'm with you on that, Michaela. Your husband sounds cool. You sound cool. This was a good Geckmail. Thank you for sending this. And folks, I think that's it for me. I'm Lyle. I'm a Gecko. Oh, my Alaska show is out. I have a ticket link available to my show in Alaska. If you live in Anchorage, Alaska, I am coming to your town to do Gecko therapy and stand-up comedy storytelling on October 9th and 10th. You can go to therapygeckotour.com to get tickets. And if you live in any of these cities, such as Appleton, Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, Detroit, Bloomington, Chicago, Atlanta, Nashville, DC, Philly, New York City, Boston, Toronto, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Montreal, Houston, Vegas, Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, Austin, or New Orleans, you can also get tickets to my show at therapygeckotour.com. I'm putting together my special. I'm excited about it. It'll be good, I think, I hope. I'm just going to film some shit, do some shit, say some stuff, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. Anyway, I'm a Gecko. My name is Lyle. Peace be with you all. See you guys around the universe. Thank you.